sunshine down here in my hometown. I'm in the UK. If you're watching this 10 years from now, maybe you've heard of Bath Christmas Market. This is what I'm just doing some hand finishing on, these beautiful bears just here. If you've heard of Bath Christmas Market, oh hang on, the microphone's not working. Let me get that working. Let's get that working. We're working on gas. How are we doing? We've got some Carl Cox, DJ Carl Cox. Here we go. He is down the other end of the Stencil Shed studio with a 4-hour set. He's doing his thing. DJ Carl Cox and DJ Sid from the Stencil Shed. Woohoo! I'm just finishing the week with some mad ass bears just here. How we doing, everyone? Greetings from Swindon. Hey, Sweden. I thought you said Swindon. How we doing? Yes, you do make some nice comments on my videos. Fair play to you. Thank you very much. I'm going to go and sit in the Chewbacca chair for one moment. That's better. I might be losing it a little bit on this live stream. I might be losing it just a little tad. Do you want to see a 49-year-old spray paint artist lose his mind slightly? You've come to the right place. Basically, this week I've made about 200 artworks and I'm going a little bit stir crazy. Even in Swindon or Sweden, you can appreciate that. I'd love to go to that part of the world. The lakes, the peace, the tranquility, the people, the blonde hair. Right, let's see what's been going on. DJ Jack in the Box, in from the UK. Yeah, DJ Jack in the Box. We got Carl Cox. Carl Cox on my little wee king down there. He's doing a 5-hour set, which I've just downloaded. So here we go. Carl Cox. In fact, I've got the same haircut as Carl Cox. Can you see it? There we go. How are we doing, everyone? Right. Let me just show you what I'm doing. I'm doing this with spray paints on beautiful pieces of wood. You can see all my different artwork over here, look. They're all handmade by myself. We've got beautiful, I mean, look at that. How cool is that? This always goes down well on YouTube. Look, my R2-D2 is a spray can just there. If you want my songs, I got some on my, oh, wicked. So I could use them. Are they royalty free as well? There are a few other artists that I've used their music, because that's the thing with YouTube. It's all about the royalties and stuff, isn't it? I have no idea if this is going to get done for licensing down there. It's a Carl Cox track, set, which is about from space this year. I thought, right, I'll download that. I've listened to that. But sometimes when all the music gets mixed up, it kind of escapes the algorithm, doesn't it? Welcome to my Stencil Shed studio, everyone. This is my little spray paint den. This is my little bit of heaven here. And you can see I hand make up all these artworks. We've got the giant old man's ball bag down here, by the way. Now this has gone viral again. Can you see it? Can you see it just down there? Always tends to, every time I kind of stop pushing it, it picks up again. I have no subs in 16. I made it. If you want my song, I got it. I have no subs in 16. I get it. I'll give you a follow. If you make a comment on one of my videos, DJ, then I'll pick you up afterwards. But I can't follow you like through the system, if you know what I mean. Or can I? I don't know. Let's go and have a little try. But, channel activity. Add you as a moderator. God knows. Put you. I wanted to subscribe to you. There we go. It won't let me do that. You would think it would let you do that, wouldn't it? Right. As you can see, every piece of wood is different. This is a really nice piece of oak. I'm going to be doing a little bit more sort of tranquil pyrography and 2 ticks. And what I'm doing here is I'm just spraying my little logo on the side. So this is a little stencil here for Stencil Shed. And I'm going to spray through that on the top of the wood. And it's kind of like a stick of rock. Remember the old sort of, there we go, just like that. Down at the seaside there, look. So everything's branded with a little Stencil Shed down the side, just like that. I thought he was Gary Owen. Who's Gary Owen? I'll doff my hat to you, whoever Gary Owen is. Unless that's abusive, then I'm not liking who Gary Owen is. Right, do hit subscribe. Go on, hit the subscribe, just up there. Hit me up with a subscribe. I'm going to do a little bit of pyrography and a little bit of burning of these artworks. Hopefully, if my little bit, it's got a bit wet actually. Hopefully, it's not going to. This will be good on a live stream. If this little device blows up, goes on fire, then you guys will like that, won't you? Oh no, it's going. Look, right, okay. Let me go show you a little bit about a famous comedian, Gary Owens. Gary Owens. Where from? Which part of the world, by the way? I'll take that though, shall I? I'm going to spin this round. Right, there's the giant old man's paint ball bug. I'm pleased to report I've grown it all the way to the floor just there. I mean, how cool is that? There we go. That's where I test my spray paints. Look, over years, it's just kind of created this seething mass over there. These are all my sort of spare cans. I mean, look what the wood sometimes presents me. That is a little bit crude as well, isn't it? But down here, okay, let's do this. I've got an example of a finished one here, which I'm just going to kind of copy. I'm going to place this down there like that. And welcome to my studio. If you just joined me, my name's Sid, artist from the UK just here, with the Cheshire Cat in the rafters. Oh, well spotted. There we go. He's up there like that. Oh, there's the Cheshire Cat up there as well. Yeah, so we've got my daughter, Christ, 7 years ago, she did like an Alice in Wonderland themed party, so I made a load of stuff for it, and that's been kept up there. Do give me a follow right now, give me a subscribe, hit me up. Right, I'm just gonna make sure this stops following me just for a sec. There we go. Hang on, I'm trying to sort this out, getting the gimbal going, there we go, right. So, with this tool, look, what I'm gonna do is just add some detail just here, look. And that is just burning through the paint back through to the wood. And you can see them just sort of being created like that. And it just adds that sort of painterly finish. Now the eye I'm going to do with a different paint. So, I mean, the mouth's quite important. I'm just going to very, very lightly just skim like that. And ruffle this up as well. This is a male and a female bear. Anyone from Canada? Hook me up in the comments. I do love a good Canadian. Ryan Reynolds bromance. It's got to be the Ryan Reynolds bromance, hasn't it? Right, what else have we got? This is going to go up here like that. My man from Sweden still here. Hopefully you're still here, Mr. Gittins. Yeah, you're a ledge. I do see familiar names pop up quite a lot on my feed. You're all my best friends, don't you worry. Right, okay. Just going to curve this ear around like that. So this is just gently burning the paint away. So this is like a marble effect. Can you see all that kind of coppery effect on there? That's really nice, isn't it? Right, going to go on to the next one, just here. Let's do a similar thing, just on his leg like that. Hook that all up like that. Go around there. Go here. This is my studio. We've got a bit of Carl Cox on the wireless over there. And wireless, all right, Grandad. It's the end of the week. I've had a really, really busy week making these artworks on wood. I'm prepping towards Christmas. It's my busiest time of the year. I'm going to be doing the odd live stream down from the world famous Bath Christmas market. And hit me a subscribe and you'll see some of my videos. In fact, I've got a nice video, like a long tail video, where it's about the preparation, making a certain artwork from reclaimed firewood. And I've set myself a challenge, and I'm going to try to see if I can meet that challenge over the next 6 weeks, and then do a whole video about it. So do double click the screen as well. If you're liking what you're seeing, double click the screen, see if you can get this up to about 10 likes there. That'd be amazing. Thank you very much, Strongman, for the hi. Mr. Gittin is still here. So things I've been making this week. I mean, how cool is this? I have not made this design for a while, but look, I had 7 of these left to make. I'm going to turn just the volume down a little bit. So I decided to make those, and I've not made that for 3 or 4 years. But I think with the Boba Fett and Grogu film coming up again, it just says on the bottom, baby on board. And obviously that's Grogu in the Mandalorian's helmet. I've got these ones down here, which I call mortgage payers. Little Robin the penguin. We got beautiful stag. This is brand new as well, a roe deer. That is hot off the press. Beautiful little stag just there. Bunch of pheasants. That's a giant Stonehenge behind there. What else have we got going on? This is a whole batch of these guys that I've just been making today. These are really cool, beautiful, spray painted harp. This is a Stencil Shed classic just here. Hopefully they'll be flying off the shelves, yeah. I do have a shop here on YouTube, so what I would just say, add a Q&A sticker, try and, yeah, I've done this before. Hate doing this. Right, you don't want to be looking at that, do you? Right, here's, look at some artwork over there. Just doing a Q&A here. There we go. Right, perfect job, right. Gorgeous deer, thank you. Yes, he is brand new. We've got one over here. I've not really been familiar with the roe deer. Let me get that in the center just there. But yeah, so it's male, but look, yeah, they've got really nice sort of face. Almost looks quite feminine, doesn't it? I mean, this is a brand new one, this beautiful little hedgehog just here. This is my list of things that I still need to make. That is my coffee kit just there. Right, okay, let's go around here and do a little bit more on these bears, shall I? Just burning back into these guys a little bit. This is where I'm just taking this back gradually. Just adding that little final flourish. Garden slug. I've actually done a snail before. It's what I called a stay safe snail, because can you remember those weird years and we all had to stay at home in our houses? So I thought it was quite nice having a snail, because they essentially travel around with a house on their back. So yeah, I have done. My son would probably like me to do that again. He's really into his mad insects like that. Wildlife. Right, I'm just going over here like that. The deer's often on my hiking in the... Oh, wow. Fantastic. Yeah. That's it. You've got a very, very different landscape to here in the UK. I go to Wales here in the UK, and I have to say... Just turn that round like that. That is very sort of mountainous, very remote. Most of England now is kind of covered with people, and yeah, but Wales, just over the border there, it's a fantastic place. In fact, when we go camping in Wales, we do get a lot of tourists from Norway, Sweden, places like that. I think they like the countryside there as well. Right, this little thing here is 500 degrees at the moment, and I'm just using it just to burn into the piece of paint. If you just join me right now, my name is Ian. I'm a spray paint artist from the UK. I made these earlier with spray can. Just hit me a subscribe, because you're going to be learning stuff about spray painting. I do fun things, don't take myself too seriously. And we're having a little bit of a Carl Cox music session here, just when I'm going quietly mad at the end of the week. And this is I wasn't going to be doing this today, but I just had a spare 2 or 3 hours window. This is the finished one here, so I've just got to add some white highlights which aren't on these bears yet, so I'll just do that towards the dog. Yes, I do dogs. I do sort of dog commissions for people, but the small dogs on wood. So the problem with doing any sort of pets as such is if I do a dog like I don't know, a Springer Spaniel, and it's got brown or black head, if you try and sell one, the next person will go, oh, have you got one with a brown head but then a bit more on the nose? Or if you do a cat, can you do me a tabby cat, do me a black cat? So I just go with the wildlife, really, yeah. Kangaroo would be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, I've never done that. I've done, closest thing I've got at the moment, if I've got one on display over here, are my koalas. I've got the big koalas. I did one on the side of a building once as well. Big koalas. Oh, there's somewhere around here. Let's have a little look down in the boxes. Oh, there they are, there we are. There we go, look. There we go, that's my little koalas there. That's obviously not a kangaroo, but Antipodean, isn't it, from Australia? So there we go. That's worth a subscribe, isn't it? Mark G. Highland cattle. Yes, Jordan. In fact, I sold one of those earlier on a different channel. I'm just going to say ticking clock. You can follow me on there as well. There is my Highland. He's pretty cool, isn't he? This is available on my shop. Just search up Stencil Shed and you'll find one of these, which you can actually buy. Yeah, postage in the UK is a decent price as well. Thanks, Jordan. Right, let me go back over here and see what we can do with these bears just here. Right, I'm just going to burn away like that. Take a little bit more back. Just add in the... It's not white that I'm painting on there. I'm burning the paint away back to the skin of the bear. Look, I should be careful if I'm mucking about with bears, shouldn't I? I don't want them to go for me. Good job we had my sandwich earlier, wasn't it? Thanks, Jordan. Yeah. I'm obviously holding the gimbal and then half reading what's going on. But you know what? When I do these little lives here on YouTube, if I wasn't talking to you now, I'd probably be a bit more intense about what I'm actually doing on here. But what I find is it kind of frees me up slightly just to sort of go for it. It makes me go slightly quicker as well, bizarrely, just because I want to keep the action going for you guys. But what I tend to do is I do them and I kind of finish them. But when I come back into the studio and you guys aren't here, then that gives me the opportunity to what I call just go over them again. Just have a little look with a fresh eye. So yeah, I need to do some more detailing on the grass on this as well, don't I? Let's see if I can do that on the live stream in a minute, actually. Right, let's go and do that. Right. Okay, so we've got different... Here's some grass here, look. Not that sort of grass before you say anything silly in the comments. There we are. So this is a bit of grass. It doesn't look like grass, but when I just add it onto here, just like this, I'll just get him sorted. There we are. Whoa! That was like being on a fairground then, wasn't it? I'm just going to endeavour to do this while holding the little gimbal just here. This could go very wrong, because I'm doing this one-handed. Yeah, just squirt that on there, then move it down slightly. Just like that. There we are. So just add in that kind of rough effect, and I just want to just do it overlapping the grass on the coat as well. Just there like that. There, well, that's nice, isn't it? So it's got that kind of, it's just joining the bears a little bit more better to the horizon just there. Yes, I've got a horse. Yes, we do have a horse just down here. Really pleased with this, yeah. There we go, look, we got that. Lovely little horse, and he's jumping with his own little branch just there. He's ready to sort of go. In fact, I need to make some horses. So just over here is my list just here of things I need to make for Christmas, and horses on there. If any of you guys are based in the UK, I do the Bath Christmas market every year. So that's my big sort of focus, which I'm working towards at the moment. So I'm spending a lot of time in the studio. I mean, this is a beautiful piece of oak as well on this one. I'm just going to hold this, get that light off there a little bit, and then just, you guys can probably do this for me now, but just going like that and up and round. It's all coming together. In fact, I've just realised I've not sprayed the black on this for its face, so I need to do that towards. Well, that's all right. With spray paints, you can't really go wrong. You just add the colours later on. So his nose is in there. Let's see if I can get the stencil for that. He should be over here, I think. There we go. Bring this back over here. That's the wrong stencil, so not very helpful. Here we go, here we go. There it is. Right, I've just got to measure this up. Basically, I get his eye and put it over his eye. Like that. So that's going to go on there. I'm just getting all the eyes linked in together. I'm going to go and get the black spray paint, which is just down here, like that. There we go. And, right, I'm just double checking. That is all lined up. So here we go. So that's going to give the male and female, hopefully in the right spot. There we go, look. So that's just appeared on their little face. Cats, cats, cats. I've got the impression you wanted a cat, Abdullah. And another cat. Once will be Once will be fine, don't worry. But thanks for all the comments coming through. Don't forget, everyone, just tap the screen, see if you can get this live stream up to a fair amount of likes just there. Let's have that number just there, 9, going up to maybe number 12. That'd be amazing if you guys could do that. Just adding these details now. Looks better now. I've added a little bit of flourish of black just there, doesn't it? Just coming together nicely. It's an indication of the ear, just the other side just there. Can you see it? Nice art. Thank you very much. They're all done by hand with spray paints, by the way. Yeah, so spray painted art is how it's done. Right, I'm going to go and do, let's put this up here for a minute. I'm going to just spin this round. And then if I hold that there, it should just, hi, how we doing? Right. It's a very wet and cold, let me tell you a story, folks. It's a very wet and cold England at the moment. We've got a storm. So if you're watching this in 6 or 7 years' time, we've got a storm just coming over the top of us. But it's sort of sat on the UK and it's just raining, raining, raining. So I've hunkered down into my studio, put some tunes on, and we're just having a bit of fun finishing these bears. Now, today is Friday, if you're watching the future. And I'm going slightly insane. I've made quite a few artworks this week, and it's all because I've got Christmas, which is my big time of the year for selling my art. It's probably, well, I'm not going to say, but yeah, it does a lot to help me survive as an artist, basically. If you give me a subscribe, by the way, that is a free way that you can support an artist, and it's also a free way for you then to maybe watch further live streams of mine. I can tempt you a little bit, perchance. Let me see if I can get this working. Is this, let's see if I can get him. This is a little gimbal. If I do that, he starts to follow me. That's better, isn't it? There we go. It might be able to tempt you with one of my artworks. I mean, look at this. This is a new one, which is just finished just here. There we go. Look, this is a sparkly R2D2 spray can. Hi, Bailey. How are we doing? How's things? Right, okay. I'm just going to block this stencil down here. And I've got this one as well. Welcome to my studio. Making a few masterpieces today. This is the stencil shed. How do I get rid of that Q&A, look? Just trying to get rid of that Q&A. There we go. That's all gone now. Right. Yes, we're all good, Bailey. Yeah, thank you very much. I see the rainbow. Right, okay. You want angel juice or something, mate? High as a kite. A bit like myself on the spray paints, look. Right, I'm just adding a little bit with a dark green just here. Just getting the grass going together. And you just move the stencil around gradually, and then that is just adding some detail to the grass, just like that. Thank you very much, yeah. Do hit subscribe on this little live as well. This is what I call a turn it on and see what happens sort of live. You can plan all this sort of stuff, but I always find just turn it on. See, where in the world are you from, by the way? Let me know in the comments. We've got Sweden is always well represented on these live streams. Anyone from the US with us at the moment? Do let us know. Right, I'm just going to block the stencil now a little bit. We got Carl Cox doing his thing. Some tunes going through. Right. I'm from the US. Ah, yes, yeah, that's it. So if I do these streams in the morning here, first thing, basically, you guys are asleep. So you're in, this stream is in the UK, by the way. In the sort of west of the country. We're probably about 100 miles from London, but yeah, in the UK, that's quite a big distance. So other side of the country to London, but yes, small country and all that. I'm just adding some flourishes too. Some beautiful grizzly bears just here. And what I do is I sort of work on about 7 at the same time. So I can, you see here, I just go up and down the sort of workbench. And it's kind of an efficient way of working. Pretty happy with that. Right, now I'm going to get my magic pen out in a minute. It's 11:27 a.m. right at the minute. Oh, crikey, very precise, yeah. Way across the pond from the South US of A. Yes, Jordan. We're loving that. Right, I'm going to go and steal my wife's special white pen. Where's it gone? All right, bear with. Might have it in here actually. Okay, right, I'm gonna go and grab the gimbal and you can come and watch what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna hold my little hand like that to stop you guys following me. Let's just turn this light off a little bit. Right, here we go. We're gonna flip the camera around. So now I'm using a little paint pen. So with this particular design, we've got across the top where the light's just catching it. So I'm just adding, just slightly ruffled on his back just there. I think this is the male here and this is the female. This one you'll see it more because it's more of a contrast into the wood. Just like that. Gradually coming together. So just on the shoulder blades, just there, just top of the ear. This is a different piece of wood that I've not used, different type of wood, sorry, cedar wood. I need to sort that ear out, it's too small, so I'll do that. I'll do that on Monday probably. A bit awkward to do it on the live feed. Oh, that was nice, look, I can put a little bit of, see the eyes are really black as well, so I've got a special enamel paint for the eyes, so let's go move on to the next one just here. Once I've used that enamel paint, I'll set that over the weekend. So this is all little jobs. Jobs for the weekend, look. It's all coming together nicely, Ed. So yeah, do hit me a subscribe if you're watching this right now. You can see some of my, I do kind of tutorials, I do fun things, experiments with spray paints. So it's kind of a mixture of spray paints, art, wood, fun. Hopefully you guys want to dial into that and hit subscribe. You can catch me on the next one. See what else is going to be going on here in the studio. Let's turn that off actually, don't need that anymore. Again, just go into this guy's back. Yeah, see it just adding that little bit of contrast onto the back. But yeah, they do look weird with the eyes just dead like that. If I'm just going to show you some of my other pieces. So you see here, like, this has got like, so it's really sparkling, and this has got the enamel paint. I mean, that's particularly nice just there. You can just sort of see it when I move the camera like that, so it's sort of reflective. So I'll add that onto the bears in a second, yeah. There we go then, yeah. It's one of those things, spray painting. It's kind of like, yeah, there's certain things you can learn by watching YouTube tutorials. I try to help out with that as and when. But it's like just giving it a go is the key, really. And then once you're giving it a go, you're like, well, that worked. Why did that work? What else could I do? And it kind of leads down this rabbit hole with a lot of sort of art stuff does. Going down those rabbit holes, isn't it? This is a bear hole you're going down right now. Beautiful little bear. So I'm kind of half seeing what I'm doing, half watching the camera just there. Then we've got over here, just a little bit of a flourish on his back, like that. See, what I've got over here is this is a blower that's just blowing some warm air across as well, and that helps with the drying sort of process. But yeah, that's pretty good. Look, I'm looking forward to that. These bears are just coming along nicely now, aren't they? Right, okay. What else can I do? Look, I'm going to just leave you on there for a minute, and I'm going to go and do the eyes, because we did just talk about the eyes, didn't we? I'm going to flip that round. This is the enamel paint I was talking about. Well-used enamel paint. And what I do is I just blob it out like that. You see it? There's the black just there. And then I use, rather than using any sort of paintbrush, I just use a screw. You see it? So if you paint with spray paints, like when you squirt it and then just paint with it, whatever it goes on, it's going to kill it basically. And then I can just blob it down. And I'm going to do this like this. I can't do this one-handed, because if I bodge this bit, it's game over. And then when I bring the gimbal down, you'll just see the little bit of a reflection in the bear's eyes. So you'll see each of these little processes just lifts the design a few percentage higher. And then when you add up all those percentages, you've got something that looks like hopefully like a little masterpiece on wood. Right, that's looking good. Now I need to let that black paint dry before I put the white dot on the paint. But let's go and show you just here. We're flipping the camera around again. Here we go. Right. Oh yeah, that's a friend of mine. Sadly, he's no longer with us actually. See him just there? I only met him he was probably late 70s, 80s. A real character. Real fun guy. He's kind of interested, but that's about 6 foot high, that portrait down there. But yeah, you get to see all that, don't you, quite a bit from your angle. But because he was a creative character and stuff, I thought, right, he's going in the studio. Right, so just going back here, can you see now the eyes are just catching the light a little bit, just there? And that's because they're slightly rounded off. When that dries back, they're really going to come together and look like something a little bit more spectacular. And then here's one that's I made about 6 months ago, and you can see the eyes just like that, really singing now. So this is one step away from being to that sort of quality. So coming along nicely, right? Yeah, do hit subscribe if you're just tuning in right now. Thanks for joining me. Here's all my different artwork. It's all done with beautiful spray paints onto wood. This is the end of the week, and I'm happy to report it's been a good week, making lots of things for Christmas, and we broke the back of a lot of things that I wanted to get sorted. So here's to I Want One Now, yay! Well, yeah, if you hit subscribe, I do actually have a shop on here as well. I don't know where in the world you're at, but we do post sort of all over the place. So we've also got here, look, like a really nice shiny, glittery R2D2 spray can. And then I do the wildlife and animals also. So all looking good.